This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime.
Hello and welcome. The BJP has swept the MCD polls in Delhi for the third time in a row. And the focus for today's show is going to be startups that were helping all three parties in the running, the BJP, Congress and AAP, during this election period. Also, we'll take a look at the social media strategies of all three parties, starting with the re-elected BJP. Take a look. We are currently in the IT cell of the BJP Delhi office, and I am standing with Mr. Sumit Bhasin, the head of this IT cell, who has been with the BJP for 3 decades now, he tells us. So, sir, with the MCD elections now, can you tell us what the strategy of the BJP has been on social media?
See, the BJP's IT cell is virtually working for 12 months. Okay. So it's a 24/7, 365 days a year.
Right.
Whatever message which we are sending it from here, because what we have done is, like we were talking about what is the strategy. The only strategy difference what we have made for the elections is that we have tried to synergize online campaign with an offline campaign.
Okay.
And for that purpose, we have approximately, besides our regular team, we have 3 volunteers per ward.
Okay.
Who are working to carry out the message of our online platforms to an offline platforms through their tablets or smartphones, whatever they are using it.
Okay.
So they go into parks, they go into small markets, small tea shops, pan shops, and then in a group discussion, they show them the videos which we are.
And I'm sure you've heard about the kind of trolling that happens, because that's another aspect of social media. One is the messaging that to reach out to voters, and trolling is another part of social media that we see political parties engaging in. And there is a book that has been written by Swati Chaturvedi on BJP's trolling, and they talk about how there is abusive tweets going out and there are threats going out. So as the head of the IT cell, what do you have to say about accusations that are being made like this?
See, I will not comment on individuals, because if you look at past 1 month of a campaign, I can bet and then I can vouch, you will not see any trolling done from IT cell of the BJP. Now, you might have a sympathizers, they might be your supporters, they might be your voters. Now, if some individual does it, I can't, or the party can't be responsible for that. But as in party, if you go through our any medium which we are using, be it WhatsApp, be it Twitter, be it Facebook, be it YouTube, be it Instagram, you will not even find a single trolling or something wherein it's not based on the facts.
You know, recently there was this Twitter thing that was happening with Snapdeal that had Aamir Khan as a brand ambassador, and there were tweets coming from the BJP and from other parts of the Sangh Parivar that said Snapdeal should remove Aamir Khan because he made certain comments about India that the BJP and Sangh Parivar were not okay with. And even Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar has in tweets said that the Snapdeal should remove Aamir Khan, and eventually he was removed as brand ambassador. So do you think it's okay for political parties to use social media to impact and influence things like this?
See, now this is something which I would just like to say. As in BJP party has never said remove it. Now, every individual has his or her opinion.
Okay.
We talk about freedom to speech. Now, the freedom to speech which you have, I should also be entitled to that freedom of the speech. Okay. There cannot be 2 yardsticks. So, if someone started it started from someone from West India that Aamir Khan should be scrapped from that Snapdeal brand, and the people supported it. No, it's the strength of a social media. The BJP didn't support it as in political party, but as an individual, someone started it and the people supported it.
After the Rajouri Garden by-polls and after the state assembly elections that we've just seen in 5 different states, did that impact the strategy that is used in the MCD elections by the BJP? Has the strategy evolved?
See, more or less the strategy in this election, let's try to understand, it's a very local election.
Okay.
There has to be local issues,
right.
But civic authorities are the authorities where a common man has a first interaction. Right. So it's a very important pillar as far as the democracy is concerned. Right. So if you take that into account, the election becomes a very important thing. But as a voter, I am more interested in what is happening in my area. This was something in my ward. This was something which was basically in the mindset of every individual couple of months back. But of late, what has happened is, what we feel like, because we have fielders coming from the even ground level, people are moving away from small issues to a larger issues, to the national issues.
And you know, since you were talking about messaging, I've noticed a lot of posts that talk about the BJP manifesto promises. I saw one that talked about ₹10 meals that are going to be made available, and this has been talked about in different state assemblies as well, now brought here as well. So when these kind of manifesto promises are being put up, there are pictures of Manoj Tiwari with these promises made. How is the voter supposed to understand the process of how this will be implemented? Is there a concrete plan to fulfill the manifesto promises that are also shared on social media for voters?
See, if you go through what we said, we have said is a Sankalp Patra. So it's a charter of commitment. You know, it's a commitment we have made it to the people of Delhi. That if we come, we will be having a Deen Dayal canteen in every ward. So what you are talking about is an operation. So that is once you come into it, it needs to be done, and this is something which we have done in the UP after coming. Yogi ji has already done it. So we will also do it. It is how the operational part, obviously bureaucracy and the political leadership will sit together and do it.
We have now spoken with the head of the IT cell of BJP Delhi, who is in charge of this particular MCD election as well as the social media on a larger platform, and has been working with the BJP for over 3 decades. Before we get to the social media strategies of the other two political parties in this battleground, let's take a look at a 4-year-old startup started by two brothers in Delhi that provides cloud telephony technology to the Congress, AAP, BJP, Samajwadi Party and AIADMK. When Delhi-based brothers Ankit Jain, 31 and Prateek Jain, 28, started up for the first time in 2011, they began a cloud telephony service to help NGOs and businesses connect with people in rural India through mobile phones. 2 years later, they realized there was a bigger market potential for their technology, corporate businesses and political parties.
Aam Aadmi Party wanted to set up a helpline number where people can call and then can talk to a few of the members of Aam Aadmi Party, and they didn't wanted to set up a physical call center people. Their volunteers used to take calls. Now this was like a crowdsourced call center, so they need a system which is cloud-based to attain this cloud-based call center.
This service also gave the AAP analytics such as how many calls were answered or missed in a day. Today they work with the AAP, Congress, BJP, SP and AIADMK, providing inbound and outbound sophisticated cloud software to help set up helplines, missed call and voicemail services and more, all managed by the party themselves.
Many of them gave us directly reference, like few of the BJP and like other parties gave us directly reference, like they said we want to do similar campaigns which Aam Aadmi Party worked upon to our party.
Missed call campaign that we are conducting with Samajwadi Party, so they wanted to connect for membership. A lot of people who want to connect to the party for the membership, so they can just give a missed call, to become a member of the party. So this is this is a medium of connecting to masses, over just a missed call.
With over 135 servers in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Singapore and the US, My Operator provides a simplified interface of interactive voice response technology, which is run through Amazon Web Services. Products that are also used by corporate clients such as Lenskart, Snapdeal, BPL, Domino's and Barbecue Nation at ₹1,500 a month up to ₹1 lakh a month depending on the call volume of the client.
Political party generally used for a campaign when, before elections, sometime, connecting to people once a time. But for a business, it's a regular purpose use, year on a year kind of usage. So the very different pattern of usage which we see between private companies and political parties.
With over 2,500 customers across India, they are currently completely bootstrapped. 135 servers and 5 political parties as clients. Well, moving on to the AAP government that also saw defeat today despite anti-incumbency efforts, and to find out a little more about what their social media campaign through these entire polls period was, I spoke with Mr. Ankit Lal, the head of the IT cell of Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. Take a look. Mr. Lal, thank you so much for joining us. To begin, we've seen a trifurcation in the MCD polls in the previous polls as well. So we have North, East and South. How does the Aam Aadmi Party social media strategy work in terms of, is it decentralized to each trifurcation? Is it centralized or is it decentralized to each ward? How does it work?
We have different levels, as in there's a state level, there's a national level campaign that's already running, and there's a state level. Within the state, then these 3 MCDs eventually the issues mostly remain the same until they are specific wards.
Okay.
So this strategy is more ward-wise rather than around the trifurcation. But for example, in SDMC,
Yes.
SDMC also has areas like Kanpur and Devli, which are not so South Delhi. And the issues in those areas will be entirely different from issues in, for example, Andrewsganj.
Okay.
Okay. So both have to be entirely different strategies.
Okay.
In Andrewsganj, we might have to talk about parking areas and parks. In Kanpur and Devli, we'll have to talk about water, and water.
Okay. So once the issue is selected, like you said, is it either parking or water? Once the issue to target is selected as per the ward, how do you select which social media tools to use beyond that as the next step?
See, social media tools are not selected as per the area. These are selected as per the kind of campaign we want to do. For example, Twitter is used more for a targeted campaign at a national or a state level.
Right.
And WhatsApp is used mostly by the volunteers at the local level.
So in terms of tying the online strategy with other campaign strategies as well, when we see the online and the offline coming together, especially in the MCD polls, we've seen these auto rickshaws with loudspeakers and flags, we've seen posters, they go up and down the street and talking about manifesto promises. So how does that outdoor offline tie in with the online?
See, it's very interesting, as in when we do something offline,
Right.
the people react to it.
Okay.
Okay. That reaction is captured and pushed online.
Right. Okay.
So, and it works wonders, I'll tell you.
Okay. So you can actually see people on the ground reacting to the outdoor, to the offline.
So, for example, you do a lot of predictor campaigns or a lot of these auto campaigns.
Yes.
So, when you give a pamphlet to somebody, the way the person reacts, if that is captured on camera or
Right.
even in a picture, simple pictures sometimes do wonders. Sometimes we have small videos,
Right.
people talking about garbage or people who are not naturally conversing between themselves. If we are able to catch them on camera, it helps a lot.
And in terms of innovation that is needed in the social media space for, the politics of social media, where political parties are wielding this power, especially to get in touch with the youth. So what kind of innovation, as someone who's been in, the head of the IT
See, social
cell?
media is already innovating a lot, but from the political perspective, there's a lot that can be done.
Can be done, yes.
So, what worked in 2013, for example, Newslinks used to work a lot in
Yes.
2013. In 2015, graphics used to work a lot.
Okay.
Right now, we are talking a lot about live, Facebook Lives
Facebook
and
Lives.
Periscope and now even YouTube Live.
Right.
So, the strategy always keeps changing constantly as per the platforms evolve.
Okay.
So,
And I wanted to ask you finally about trolling, because I can see the smile on your face. Trolling
well,
is
I'm one of the victims.
trolling is a part of the entire political scenario attached to social media.
Trolling is a part of BJP's strategy. They do it strategically from their office, sitting right there.
And are you saying that no other political party, in your opinion,
Well, I'll
is
give you an
involved?
example. When anybody who subscribes to the Aam Aadmi Party ideology trolls, we either don't engage with the person at all, or we publicly decry the person and say that if you're doing this, you are not an Aam Aadmi Party volunteer.
Okay. It's time for us to take a short break now, and on the other side, we'll be back with another startup that helped the AAP government get donations in the Delhi State Assembly elections, and more on political parties with their social media strategies after this.